So I just have to accept and believe. I hope it's working. Let me see if I can get Exoplanetary here in the Discord to help me out. All right, AdExo. I should be live. I'm never sure what I should do in terms of like in the Discord server. If I were to do an @ here, I don't want to do @ here too much because I know that's just annoying. I have definitely turned off notifications for servers because like there's just too much @ here. Check this out, critical update, and it's just like some random shit. Do you like my new vest or my new robe here? I need a way to see comments. I wonder. Jeez, so much to figure out here. I would hope that I could see the comments in like the stream software, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. It doesn't appear to be the case, at least. So I'm going to need to find a way to get into the comments. You could be commenting on YouTube right now, and I wouldn't even know it. That's not going to work. Okay, so I'm going to try something new. I'm going to open up a new window and just go to YouTube. What's cool is that you can't see me doing this in the stream, which is really nice. Let's have a look here. And that noise, do you hear that noise? That like crackling noise? All right, I have my stream up right now, and I do see I'm live. Okay, and this looks pretty good. I need to get the comments going, so let me get the shoot. This is so confusing. This stuff is so confusing. I'm gonna like my own stream. Go me. Oh, here's the chats. Moderation activity is now hidden. Okay, show activity, I guess. New pinned chat. You can now pin chats. I got it. Thank you. Exo, nice jacket. Thank you. Yeah, Playboy. I just ordered it. It's really comfortable. I fucking love it. It's so great. Like I've been lounging wrong. Hello, Ryan Clark. Excellent. Hello, everyone. Yes, fantastic. I can see your comments now. I'm just gonna break down this browser here and let's see here. Move my chat up so I can see it. Okay, and then I'm gonna go over here. So Exoplanetary, you can I can see your Discord chat, and so if there's something you want to say to me as like a mod, not in the chat, you can do it in that Discord conversation. That's perfect. All right, so who wants me to look at what? I was just planning on going through my new SPX count until somebody asked for something, so I'm just gonna kind of start there. I've been looking at this recent price action, asking myself, how could the price go any higher without invalidating a bearish wave count? Because my bias is bearish, of course, and the answer I got was through this rising diagonal triangle. But what's even more important to me is that this makes actual sense. So I want to base it on one of the figures in this book that I always reference by Frost and Pretcher. Way in the back on page 232, there's a figure that has cycle wave 5 ending up towards 4,000, and I thought that was really good. So I want to try to keep that count. Cycle wave 4 ending, it looks like in the 80s or something like that. So what I did here is I went into the monthly time frame, and I just put down these waves 3, 4, 5. See, they have these labeled as cycle waves. This is obviously not 2. That's 3. And then 4. So I currently have these 2 degrees higher than Frost and Pretcher, but that's just it's not really important. What's really important is that you get the relative degree correct. So Exo says, Trader Sauce says, I'm trying to get out of AMC before I see the reverse split. What do you think is a good price target? If you're trying to get out of AMC, like that's a super hard position to be in, especially if your cost basis is super high. Something you can do, that some people have done to recover some of those costs and hedge, is to sell covered calls. In a covered call, the worst case scenario is that you sell the shares you have at the strike in the contract. So if your cost basis is like, I don't know, $20, you could just sell $20 calls until you make up all your losses. It might take for a long time, but yeah. I don't know what a good exit price would be. I really don't. I sold up at 55 and then again at 26 when I saw a top forming. So I got out pretty much right before the price completely collapsed. Depends on if the case gets thrown out early by big baller Kevin. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Like, that's super interesting. I've got some lag on my end. Interesting too. I don't know what to do about that. There is supposed to be a 5-second delay. I wonder if is messing up the stream. Then $8. My cost base is $7.40. Oh yeah, if your cost basis is $7.40 and you're looking to get out, then you're not too far from some very profitable strikes to sell at. And here's the thing: if you sell, let's just pull up the AMC chart while we're talking about AMC here. Waiting on data, which surprises me. Okay, so we're just gonna go 3-year max here, I think, on the time frame. Where's my 3-year max? There, or 3-year day. Okay, so you can kind of see where I sold. I sold at 39.26. This was too small, and then I did a lot of options trading too back here. Interesting, the buy data doesn't go back this far. Huh, very curious, because I definitely did a lot of trading back here, but it's not showing me that. Let's see if I can fix that really quick. Let's go to general, turn off the trades, apply, turn on the trades, apply. Weird. So if it's not being accurate, then I don't want to show it. Let me just go back to my settings very quickly and say, forget it, Thinkorswim. I don't want you putting out bad data, so... let's zoom in here. Let's see here at $8. Oh, you're not doing bad at all. If your cost base is $7.40 and price is at $6.58, I mean, really, that's not too bad, especially since you got this nice little bounce here. That probably felt good. So let's see. Docketalarm.com, AMC Entertainment Holdings Inc. Let's see here. What do you got, XO? Oh, the stockholder litigation. That's right. That's right. Well, if there is some news here about that, let's definitely cover it, right? And let's do it live. So XO, you can shoot me links and I'll be checking on that, because I do think that's going to be something people are interested in and I'd like to cover it, right? But yeah, so we can go ahead and we can focus on AMC more right now if we would like to do that. I think that's what everybody is generally more into, is AMC. I mean, I'm into SPX, but that's because I'm trading those 0-day SPY options. Having a good time too. Okay, so AMC, we obviously need to reconcile a couple of things here. The first is, I'm just gonna work on cleaning up this chart. I want to make this triangle really, really clean. You can see that the price did not completely rise to the top of this triangle, which is the thing that bothers me. I wonder if after hours are shown here. Yeah, after hours are turned on. So we aren't missing any data there. Is there any way I can decrease the slope of this triangle? And the answer is yes, but then I don't have a touch point back here. What I have is a nice clean channel. We can call this motive wave 1, 2, and this could be 3, maybe 4, 5, A, B, C. This could just be a complete motive wave right here. In fact, I like that better. I like that a lot better. Wave 3 and 5 typically overextend. Anyway, if I were to draw that channel, I'd draw it here. 3 peaks outside, 5. Let's do that. Ooh, we're going to change this entire AMC analysis right now. SPX. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll get to SPX, but I actually do want to update this AMC analysis, because now I'm looking at it. I'm thinking, you know, it's this decline that kind of invalidates my count here. You have what appears to be the start of a bigger zigzag pattern, but the price just bounces right at that 50% extension from this initial push down, and that kind of makes me wonder if we're not going to go any further, coming back above 628. And I'm going to do some Fibonacci retracements and try to figure out if this is actually a new motive wave. Because if it is, that could be like really fun, really bullish. We'd be calling this A, B, C, X probably. This would be X. And that means that we would get another 3-wave form, which would start with a motive wave higher, and then a corrective wave, and then another push higher, which would be really cool. 1, 2, this can't be 3 because it's not tall enough. We're going to get a blank chart out. Oh my God, we are going to get a blank chart out. We're going to go full screen. And we're gonna take over an old chart because I have so many charts. Like here's a 4-hour chart I used to follow from forever ago. And I started these channels like hella long ago. Give me a whole year. Way long ago when the price started to come down off of 41. I had this channel shown, and it's like really kind of uncanny that those lines still work. Exoplanetary would argue those are not straight lines, and they are not straight lines because I'm in log scale. If I'm still getting lag, you guys, let me know. Like I'm very interested in the health of the stream. I'm gonna clear these drawings. Clear drawing set. Yes, clear. And let's go back into the hourly time frame. Well, let's not. Let's start with a 3-week max chart because this massive push down has been pretty uncanny. It looks kind of like a motive wave. It looks kind of like a corrective wave too, which really interests me. StockEd had some analysis that suggested it was a 3-wave form and not a motive wave form, and I want to explore that. So we're just going to start at the very beginning here, and I'm going to start drawing lines. First, I want to identify the corrective pattern that kind of establishes AMC's initial price offering. And we could probably call this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 3 threes. So a triple 3 happening through here. And then we had this massive zigzag. Jeez. It's a huge zigzag too. I'm going to go ahead and trace it in white. Let's do this. Do you guys hear that crackling noise? Looks good. Okay, thank you, Trader Sauce. I appreciate the input. I really, really do. I would like that these streams kind of be viewer driven. Like, I mean, I can do whatever I want, sure, but I think it's better for everyone if I keep the content relatable. So here's the thing. Okay, if this is a complete zigzag, I'm gonna use a extension tool here. Okay, 100% is negative, so we're not going to be able to actually use the extension tool, but that looks pretty clear to me. In fact, we might even call this ABC, so 3, 3, 3, no, this is a 5. This is totally a 5 through here. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 comes down. I'm going to delete that, duplicate this, and pull it down. A, B, and C. That's looking weird going down there. So I'm going to go into a yearly or a daily time frame, see if I can get more data. Turn on 5 years. Give me a lot of price data. The nature of this push down is important because it's going to give context to this huge push up to 72 we had, right? Nope, no crackle on your end, and I'm happy. It's just on my side, which is not very great. Slight stop on your video when your chat changes. That is very weird. I also have this echo thing. I was thinking it'd be like, kind of like copy Davey 504, epic, you know, but no, I want to copy Davey 504. Davey 504 is awesome. I wish I could play slap like Davey 504. Okay, so let's just get going here. Let's see if this is a motive wave or if it's a corrective zigzag. 100% move from that first push down, 839. So this could be very well A, B, and C. And then we have a corrective extension, A, B, and C. Jeez, it's so hard to know sometimes, isn't it? Especially when the price moves around so much. It's so volatile. Let me try getting just the time frame for what would be wave 3 and blow it up a bit. Man, I think log scale is not my friend right now. It's just not working for me, is it? Let's turn off log scale. Let's go to auto zoom. Yeah. Huge. This chart looks so much different in log scale, but that's definitely going to be the appropriate way to look at the chart from before we had these big, huge pushes. So if I were to draw a motive wave through here, it would look like this, and we would have waves 1, yep, blue's good color, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we would correct for A, B, and then C should be a motive waveform pushing higher. 1, 2, 3. Could that be 4 through here? I guess it could be. And then 5. That would technically work. And that would be the first wave of 3. So 1 of 5. And for the purpose of this analysis, we're just going to start what degree should we use? Minute? No. Let's have a look here. I got to consult the book here a lot because I don't want to do anything wrong live. So I'm going to be looking at the book a lot. I'm on page 27 here, just looking at the wave degrees. And I'm thinking to myself, we're going to start on primary waves. So primary wave 1 is circled, so I put a little O at the end so I know it's supposed to be a primary wave. And then I like to color it white. That's what I call the third tier of that. Well, I think of the tiers in sets of three sets of 3. It's pretty good. The Wizardo Fox. What's up, man? I didn't know you make live streams. Yeah, I used to do it more and then I just can't stop. But now I'm thinking I really want to get back into this. It's weird. I'm going through like my midlife crisis, right? And it's like, does work make me happy? No. But this is a lot of work. Doing the analysis and doing the trading, it's a ton of work. And so I just feel like this effort doesn't make me unhappy though. I actually get a lot of rewarding of sentiment from having a community, right? Like in the Discord and stuff. Like, this is really cool. This is really cool. If I could do this for a living, that'd be like a dream come true, right? So that's kind of what I'm going for. Let's see. I had a stream quality warning here. It looks like it's okay now. I need to buy a new router too. I'll have to get to that. Anyway, so let's just keep going here. We have the first wave. I'm going to duplicate this drawing, put it up here, and say this retracement is wave 2. Wave 2 is a corrective form, so it's going to have an ABC waveform to it in the middle. It's kind of hard to figure out what this is. Is this like... This is a weird correction. It really is. I don't even know what to do with it. Can we call it like a triangle of some sort? Probably. Maybe. Not really. So I'm going to uncomfortably call it retracement wave 2, ABC, ABC, 2 3s. They aren't quite flat, are they? Because they are making retracement moves. This is a very complex corrective phase. I'm not going to stress about it too much. I'm just going to use one line and say, hey, that is definitely looking corrective to me, not motive. There is some price overlap where wave 4 would go. Like if this was a motive wave, right? Let's just hypothesize this is a motive wave. This would be the top of wave 1. Wave 2 would be a flat retracement ending in these lows down here. And then wave 3 would be here, possibly, most likely, right? That'd be wave 3. And the first rule is that wave 3 can't be the shortest wave. And so I always measure the first wave and say, hey, is that push higher than the initial? Yes, then it can definitely be wave 3. And if this were motive, wave 4 would not overlap the price range of wave 1, right? And here it totally does. And you can see that right here. Let me put a box down. See how the price dips below 4, the top of wave 1? If this is 4, then this is not a motive wave. And we'd have to characterize it in some sort of ending diagonal triangle of sorts, right? 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, crash. But there's not enough sets of 3 either. So I'd have to go into a smaller time frame to really understand what's going on here. I think it's sufficient to say that it's motive, and I can scrutinize that at a future time. Right now, I just want to establish that it's a corrective wave 2 in what would be our supposed motive wave going down from 20 to the lows towards $1. Get those price highs out of there. Make that chart cleaner. All right. Going back up here, checking on the chat. Sup? Hey, Kabosh, long time no see. How's it going? What are your wave counts on SPY? I'm curious. Like, drop that in the Discord, dude. I want to know. Okay, so this is gonna be a long stream. I'm gonna spend like 2 hours doing Elliott wave analysis on AMC, and it's gonna be a doozy. It's gonna be a long time. So if you like chart analysis, live, this is definitely for you, and less for anybody else. But that's okay. So wave 1, of course, I'm gonna take my extension tool and I'm gonna place the extension for wave 1 at the top of wave 2, and that's going to let me know where wave 3 should end. Remember, wave 3 can't be the shortest wave. So if you have a push down, like we do here between April of 2019 and July of 2019 and it doesn't reach wave 1, you have to ask yourself, okay, wave 5, if this is motive, it's going to be shorter than both of those waves because wave 3 can't be the shortest wave. So wave 5 would be very, very short, it'd be truncated, and that would form a bottom. And I don't think what we have, this is not, yeah. So, okay, check it out. With that logic, we can say the price retraces, and if this is wave 4 right here, first we check for the low of 1 to make sure the price didn't pass it, which it didn't. But then the thing is that wave 5 can't be longer than wave 3 because wave 3 can't be the shortest, and wave 1 was longer than 3. So we have to have a look, and you can see it's possible wave 5 ends over here. And this is actually A, B, C. Wow. A, B, C. Huh? A, B, and this is like a C? No way. No way that that's not a motive wave, right? So I reckon that wave 3 is actually in an extension. And that's what Frost and Pretcher recommend to do. They say just assume that you have a third wave extension because you're going to save yourself a lot of headache. And the way I show a wave degree smaller than primary, let's see here, intermediate waves. So I got parentheses here around the Arabic numbers. So I'm going to go 1. Here we are. 1 of 3. Duplicate. 2 of 3. And what's tricky is that people were probably hoping that this was wave 4, but it wasn't, even though it didn't overlap that price. This valley is still a significant level of resistance regardless, right? So it's gonna appear that way. Thank the gods. Proper Elliott wave on AMC. Stevie, yes, indeed. And since you're here, we're gonna go out. I'm gonna show you that I'm good for it. Well, here you go. There you are, Stevie. See, you're on this chart. I'm gonna place you right here. I asked you what your cost basis was because I was gonna put your name like on your cost basis. But like if your cost basis is like $50, then it would be like kind of off the screen. So I don't know. Whew. Okay. Wow. We got people watching now. This is cool. Law Park, bro, why are you wearing a Playboy robe? LOL. Well, for one, it's really comfortable. And also I'm buying Playboy stock now. So I'm like, you got to test out the product. I mean, come on. Bulkowski actually in one of his books, Trading Basics, he says that you should invest in companies that you're familiar with and that you know the products of, which is like really funny when you think about it. It's like, oh, Playboy stock. All right. Proud Ma 02. Hi. Hello. All right. XO, you got some conversation there with the wizard. That's great. Yeah, you guys. XO is kind of like more bullish and definitely more into like the theoretical side of things than I am, but that's totally cool. I really like having XO because he makes me challenge my assumptions, which I find very valuable actually. Okay, so which chart was I taking over? The 4-hour chart? Yeah, I was taking over the 4-hour chart, and I had to get more time frame than they gave me because I was complaining about that earlier. I need to get those highs out of there so we have a nice clean chart back to analyze. I think 15 is a great price target. That is it's not quite my price target on AMC. That's the potential price target if we get a partial decline out of that broadening bottom that I keep showing. But we're gonna talk about it because I have a theory that AMC is forever stuck in corrective modes back and forth, and I think the conditions creating that are it's probably the dark pools and the FTD warehouses. Yeah, I'm pretty sure AMC is forever stuck in corrective mode. And what that does is it creates a stock that moves around a lot. It's very, very, very volatile. So that for traders is terrible. It's terrible for traders, but the market makers would find that appealing probably, as long as the price was more or less contained to a certain price range. So that's all like tinfoil hat stuff, but I gotta tell you, I think in a few more years it's gonna be like, whoa, what was that cap guy saying? All right, so wave 3 extending down from the middle of 2019, we have 1, 2, and we're looking for that third wave, which is gonna have to be longer than the first generally, and it looks like it might not be. You see that? We have a corrective cycle through here where again, we have the potential wave 3 not being longer than wave 1. So, of course, there's a retracement, the extension 100%, 424, price bouncing at 630. So this was a problem for that wave count. But don't forget, wave 5 can oftentimes truncate. And when wave 5 truncates, it's just got to be shorter than wave 3 if wave 3 is shorter than wave 1. So I'm going to go ahead and move my Fibonacci extension tool here, which I'm not using for Fibonacci extension, just 100%. Arguably 100% is a Fibonacci number because it's 1. Ooh, okay, so this is where it gets really fun because you can see that the decline from the top of wave 2 here, what is it again? Below primary is intermediate. We have the strong push heading lower, retracement. And if you're wondering why I'm using this little thing here to show the end of wave 3, it's because of the trend. If I do an external trend line, I find that low and I draw that trend line through here, it's pretty easy to see that that's where the trend line breaks. Boom, right through there. And also, here's another hint, the RSI reaches oversold. So when you have a trend break following the RSI hitting oversold like this, it's a pretty good indicator that you might be at the end of that motive wave, that impulse, and you're going to get a retracement or a reactionary wave next. And that is what occurs. It moves higher and then pushes lower. And now where wave 5 end is very important because wave 3 can't be the shortest wave, remember? Let's go ahead and just show that full wavelength. Oh, look at this. This is so close. Okay, I've got a really good end here. I bet you on the hourly time frame, this is okay. Jeez. So if this is wave 5, could it be A, B, C for a flat X? 1, 2, 3. And then that extends into C. Could this be A, B, C? Yeah. Man, that kills me. That kills me. Wave 3 can't be the shortest wave. So possibly that motive wave starts a little higher. Just a little higher, way out here. A, B, C, like, oof. I want to use this whole structure here to show that wave 2 ended more towards the middle of September instead of the early August, but I really need this to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This motive wave count works really well when it starts from this high. After all, this retracement didn't come quite high up, and when I do that, it extends the price range of wave 3, which gives us room to make wave 5 down here. Beautiful. So yeah, it matters where you draw those lines. There is no sloppy charting in Elliott wave. You like magnets on, turn the magnets on, get the price snapped to the exact penny. Okay, let's see here. We got some chats going on. I don't trust Adam Aaron says trader sauce. I don't either. Exoplanetary. He's got covered calls of April 6th. Cool. Lost my short on AMC. Been watching your SPY Discord while at work. Oh, cool. You guys have a lot of fun there. We do have a lot of fun. If you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord. I'm sure you're all in the Discord, though. I got 14 people watching me. If any of you are not in the Discord, that's a mistake. All right. I love grapefruit. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, you guys chat away in there. Talk about covered calls and stuff. Hell yeah. You got that. Selling calls and buying puts are the same, bearish, while buying calls and selling puts is bullish. Bullish there, XO. Bullish. Selling puts is bullish. That's what I tend to do in the next bull market is just sell puts. I don't really want to go long anywhere. I just want to sell puts. That's what I'd be doing now, actually, but that's because I think SPX is going through an ending diagonal triangle in wave 5 at the super cycle degree, which will begin the next bear market when it fails, when it falls, when it finally turns around. And it's going to be really high. It's going to be higher than people think. Message retracted. Dude, no, you just had a typo, man. You just had a typo. You're good. You're good. We can talk about options, too. I would love to talk about options. It's like super complicated, but it's really not that complicated. I think I can put it into terms that are like more like graspable, you know? Okay, anyway, so here we go. 3, 4, 5, A, B, and C pushing higher. Let's go ahead and get rid of this retracement. It was just a tool. That was just a tool. And I want to hit auto zoom, but as soon as I do, all of a sudden I get the whole chart again. So that's annoying. What I need to do is zoom back in over here. We have this full motive wave heading lower now. And so I can duplicate this and pull it down and say this wave 5 is completing the primary wave 3. And you can see how wave 5 is extending beyond the channel through here. This is pretty common for wave 5. It's called overthrowing. It's below the trend, so like underthrowing, I don't know, it just plows through that trend line. Wave 1 did too, just a little bit back here. Arguably, wave 1 might be a little bigger, but let me just, it doesn't matter. It's close enough. 4, 5, ABC. I'm going to get those labels going. Duplicate. We're going to go A. Whoops. Damn it. Here we go. And at this wave degree, the corrective waves are, let me see here. What does my book say? That light is so bright. I can't even like see in the shadow, but I have to wear the shades because it hurts my eyes. They are uppercase. Primary waves have uppercase corrective wave annotations. Yes, it matters. The details matter. They matter a lot. So we got wave A here. Let's duplicate this, pull it down. Edit this to say wave B. And then we're going to get wave C going. This is like a discovery process. This count is a discovery process. I'm not totally sure. It says my stream quality is low. See, I see this warning. Where is that happening? Is that in my Brave browser? It's doing that? It's showing that? Nope. Nope. Oh, it went away. I guess it's only showing up every once in a while and for a brief moment. Wonder if I can change my scene while I'm... Oh, I can. I can change the scene while I'm here. This is cool. So, like, if I wanted to show a chart pattern analysis, I have this Bulkowski... can you see the Bulkowski webpage up here? I think it should be on, but I don't see it when I hit it. So we're just going to move on. From like 1080p down to 720. Can I turn the quality down? Oof, that's a good question. Thank you for that. Actually, I might be able to. Let's see here. Resolution. No, I cannot turn down the resolution right now. Not while I'm streaming. But, oh man, that'd be so great if I could just be like, yep, cut it down to 30 FPS or 720p. Damn. If it is getting too laggy, let me know. Let me know, because this is all just a test right now. I'm just feeling it out. My video's a little choppy. Ooh, okay, so why don't we do this? I'm going to end this stream, and then I'm going to start a new stream, but with a lower resolution, and hopefully that gets rid of the chop. So all 8 of you watching now on 720 fine quality. Okay, Stevie, tell me, you've got your quality down at 720, and is it laggy, or is it still working well? Let me know. Just, no pressure. I have a 5-second delay, so I've got to wait, like, for that delay. Anyway, I'm just going to keep looking around here. So we had these primary corrective waves C ending near the beginning of September, near $7. Interesting, right? Interesting price range. Then we had another set of 3 heading lower, right? So I'm going to duplicate this and say that was the top of corrective wave 4. Everything is perfect at 720. Thank you. Got you on 720. Fine quality. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate everybody. And if you're not a dude, that's cool. 97% of my viewers are male. And like everybody's the same age. It's like, okay. Sorry if I'm a little normative. Ever so slightly lag now and then. It's probably when I move and make the camera work or something. I don't know. 200 megabytes, it's fine. Yeah, that's my speed too, is 200 meg download. But my upload might not be that good. Again, I need to get a new router. I'm going to do that soon. We'll see if we can get that working better. Okay, now wave 5 ends here. And let's see if we actually set a new low or not. If we don't set a low, we have a truncated fifth. Truncated fifths are kind of common in tops. Excuse me. What do we do? So wave 5 came down, closed at 215. I can turn up some other stuff here. Let me go to Thinkorswim. And, it doesn't like that. Nope. It was like, what are you trying to do? You're trying to use a program over the program we're streaming, and it's like, you're not allowed to do that. I wish I had made... These are good notes. I'm going to write that down. Font size. Font size, exclamation point. Because I don't always have my font size big in my app, in my Thinkorswim app. I just do that for my videos so people can actually read it. Proud Ma 02. I'm the oldest. I don't know. T-Man. T-Man's, how do you say it? Distinguished. I'm Spartacus. Everybody's Spartacus. Okay, so stream looks good still. We got some good wave counts up. Wave 5 here is truncating. So this is where it gets tricky. Because if wave 5 completes and we still have another low coming in, it's possible that A, B, C, and this is X, and then this is all corrective. This is a huge 3-wave structure. This is where log scale is going to come into handy. B, C, and we're going to do a retracement too. Yeah, we're going to do retracement. Well, here's the first thing. First thing I want to say is that this peak, let's find that peak. And this is on the daily, so no after hours. Snapping there at 1975-ish, 1990. See that retracement level. Ooh, it's just below. It's just below the high that began the downtrend. Could this be like a wave 2? What? Going into log scale now because I had to look at that $72 high in context. This could be like 1, 2, 3. It's like not motive, right? So it'd have to be like A's motive. Yeah, A's motive. B is not motive. And we have, I figured it out. Okay, let's do the wave count. So this back here, we're going to label it. This is a motive wave, which gives me A first. And then over here, we have a corrective wave, right? With triangle at B, which is great. And then we have the next move. So it's going to be motive. Motive decline. Okay. And so this is not 3. This is 5, 3, 5. And it gives us a massive weird corrective pattern. It's a massive weird corrective pattern. I'm going to look. Because when you set a new high in a corrective pattern, it's like, what? You can do that. You can set new highs with corrective patterns. It occurs when B passes beyond the start of wave A. It is either an expanding, it's not an expanding flat because we didn't get wave C crushing below the, so it's got to be, yeah, figure 139 on 48, page 48 of this book. This is what I'm looking at. And it's looking like to me, here, can I show that? You guys see that? Is that doable? And I'm like, look at my book. So I think it's called a running flat. Is that true? Is that called a running flat? Yeah. In a rare variation on the 3-3-5 pattern, but I don't have a 3-3-5. Unless that is a 3-3 and not a motive heading lower there. So very interesting. It is irregular though. It could be expanding. If this is an expanding flat, then we get a low below the lowest low in 2020, which is ridiculous. So I'm thinking more of like a running flat. Yeah. I'm going to call it a running flat. I mean, it's just the only thing that makes sense. And honestly, I've got to get corrective 3-3. This could be like a zigzag, but corrective waves tend to alternate in form, right? So you wouldn't get like a zigzag. You'd want to see like a zigzag and a flat. This could be a flat, but it would just be weird to see that as a flat. I don't know how I feel about it. Leaving log scale again. We're going to zoom back in here and we're going to take a peek again. Geez, that price range up to 72 is just nuts. Just throws all the charts out. We're going to look at this next. We're going to figure out how we get here. if this is A, B, and C, and then we have A, B, and C, 1, 2, 3, 4, and is this a fifth wave extension? It is. And when you have a fifth wave extension, you typically get a retracement to the second wave, which would be, let's see, 1, 2, 12, 20, right? We're much lower than that now. So this could be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that a motive wave? That'd be silly. That'd be silly to call that a motive wave. That'd be dumb. I'm going to need to put this back into log scale because I got to consider that ridiculous high auto zoom. Can I call this a motive wave? Oh my God, I really can. I really can. I can say that's a motive wave. I mean, it totally looks like a three-wave structure with a big triangle right here, right? That triangle was pretty famous. Everyone knows it. But I like this. And this wave count for 5. Damn it. 5. And then 5 must shoot. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 3, 3, 5. This is a 3, 3, 5 that starts back here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to draw these zigzags really quick. And it was just that 5 pattern got out of control. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 5 is a truncated wave. It doesn't set a new high. And then, so that means that I should start my bearish motive wave count there to describe the downtrend. It's important to know where that is exactly. The location of the waves is clutch. Your camera is covering where you are drawing now. Oh, thank you. That's another thing is I need to keep track of that. It's when you're rendering the chart on, okay, Thinkorswim. So I can see that I'm covering up where I'm drawing. That's funny. I can move myself, I think, right? I can move myself up here. I can move myself down here. I think it's going to be easier to leave that part blank and just always try to focus on the left to center screen. Let me know where you'd rather see me. I don't know personally. I don't have a preference. It's fine. Keep going. Okay. Too dark. TLDR. LOL. Not all visible. Get your twin folder. Remember the January 27 when the FTX tokens hit the market. I'm in 31. Perfect. Okay. Cool. Never expect to see cap like this tonight. The internet cracks me up. Yeah, the internet, right? I am totally the internet. Hello. I am the voice of the internet. Let's get this ridiculous motive wave count figured out here. This is nuts. I'm going to just like suppose that this is primary wave 1, even though it's like huge. Going to go ahead and just set that there and keep going. 1, A, B, C, running flat for 2. Explosive wave 3, which also has a truncated fifth, actually, I think, right there. See this peak? And then this 3 wave zigzag through here. This is definitely an A, B, C correction for a fourth wave, and then 5 truncates up into here with this big reversal. It's important to get where those tops are right. Sometimes the end of a motive wave is not the high. Sometimes it's a lower high. We can verify that by viewing the wave degrees below and scrutinizing those, which is typically what I tend to do. I think you have to have 3 degrees to really understand what's going on. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, duplicating this for 4. And 5. In the most ridiculous 335 pattern known to man. Given the size of that 335, it makes sense to include this previous price action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But remember, I couldn't get that fifth wave through there. So now I'm going to go back and check again. I'm going to really make sure I can't get that third wave anywhere else. Yeah, geez. because that can't be wave 5. Ooh, this is important. Let's see. If this is 3, I'm going to use a channel tool actually to measure the height here. So then I can move it around on the chart a little easier. See how I did that? And then I'm just going to figure out, this is too big through there. See, what if this is wave 5? What if this is 5? What if this is 1, 2, 1? Oh, click here to help analyze the issue in the stream. I click. Let's see what it says. It's like, you can troubleshoot your problems here. That's not helpful. Thank you. This is tough stuff. I gotta figure out how I can get a 335 through here, because this little 335 is disproportional to this 5, right? So I want to say that maybe this is 1, 2, 3 through here, right? 1, 2, 3. That's weird. A, B, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. This could be, let's go with flats. This could be like a backwards 3, 3, 5. No, that's got to be C. That's got to be a C. Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I said this is a wave B though, so this can't be motive. So it can't be wave A. It has to be wave B in a corrective cycle, or wave 2 or 4. And this can't be motive because we had a new low over here. So a new motive wave count has to start with that 2020 low. And I have to end this motive wave right here. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3. Got it. I got it. Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works. Duplicate this trend line. So A, B, C. Yep. Oh, I've already labeled it correctly. Ah, no, this is the bottom of wave 3. Wave 5 and wave 1 typically are very similar in appearance and size and time. So if I can get an $8 drop, because wave 1 here, showing these blue zigzags, this was from 20 down to 12, so it's $8. And I don't really get an $8 drop again until right here. That's only $5. It's almost though. Similar in amplitude. Is it similar in nature is the question. Not really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. A, B, C. And then 1, 2. This is difficult stuff. Trying to get that into a realistic proportionality just is not working for me. So what if that is an actual 3-wave form and not a motive wave? Very interesting. Very interesting. Because this can be wave 1 or A. B is not motive though. B is not motive. So it's possible that A was down, B was up, but then C would also go down. 1, 2, 3. So it could be A, no, A, B, C, A, B, C, 5. And then this explodes. Very interesting. It's almost like you can't consider the price action prior to 2020 in context with the price action after 2020. It's like a whole new stock. It's like everything just started over all over again. Because you have this 300% increase from the last previous high towards $20. And it can't be, this can't be like 2, 3. No, because this is definitely motive heading lower. Unless I can figure out how to get this wave 3 into a different motive wave structure, where wave 3 is not the shortest wave. This is definitely motive channel. This is definitely a corrective move. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. What if wave 5 ended a little earlier? It's just killing me. It's just killing me here. Wave 1. Whoops, that's not an extension tool. I want to use an extension tool here because That's going to tell me where wave 3 could end. What if this is 3, 4, 5? Just like 5 is super truncated. What if I go, yeah, see, that's not proportional though. 4 is proportional, and then 5 is proportional, and this makes sense. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and another little 5 wave. This is definitely the end of that motive wave structure. And then something happens here where we have a 3 waveform pushing higher for retracement to retrace this primary wave 5 down, A, B, and C. And then we had another corrective form pushing down, which puts us into a double 3. And then we just have this ridiculous new motive wave. So what would I classify? What wave would I be in back here? That's like the question right now, is what waves are these? And is it possible that this is actually a motive wave? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. See, it doesn't work either. It's gotta be just exactly the way I've got it. A, B, C, and then a motive wave for 5, A, B, C, and X maybe, and then down. Goodness sakes. Going back into log scale, we'll figure out how to connect those two ideas. There is something about what happened right before the run from like sub $2 that just confuses me. This is very possibly a 5-wave structure through here. 3, 4, 5 is super truncated and ends at like 218. Like over here, like this could be the truncated 5th right here that starts that trend. 4, 5, this could be motive. And that would be an extended 4th wave. So it would be A, B, C, A, B, C, 4. 4, and if 4 ends here, that's A, B, C. Jeez, what kind of a corrective structure would that be? Motive, corrective, motive. And then motive, corrective, motive. 3, 3, 5. It's a 3, 3, 5. It's a 3, 3, 5. And the 5th wave of that 3, 3, 5 just went absolutely ballistic. And the price just ran like crazy. I see this a lot in triangles where I've actually seen it recently in SPX. Let me go over to SPX. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So sometimes you get like these weird corrective waves that kind of run the whole price pattern. Like here you go. Peaking at the 1st of December near 4,094. A, B. You see how these, the start of run A, that price level is seen again at the top of wave B. And then wave C just goes crazy, just extends way past the end of that first impulse. And sometimes it's an extension, a Fibonacci extension, like here. What do we got? The 161.8% extension. And this is where you get your potential motive wave counts. This could be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 truncates, right? But then your wave 1 and wave 5 are totally disproportionate, and it just makes more sense to me to say, hey, wave C was motive and it was big, and then you're free to start your next count. And that makes sense. So you can see how price can make these incredible moves in a 335 like that. And I don't know if this is even really a 335, but I mean, it looks like it to me. See, almost 200% there on that 335. Yeah, this is totally a 335 in SPX, and it's upside down than the one I see in AMC, but that's the principle right there. AMC on the hourly time frame, that's not what I want. Show me 3 years, 3 days. And let's go back over here. And let's do that. Let's do a big, like, it's not going to work though, look. Because it'll be like, hey, look, like $19. That is just ridiculous. It's so pronounced. That's crazy. It's so irrational. Nothing says that there's a limit to how strong those waves can be. It's just that there's tendencies, and the tendency is not for prices to explode like this. So when it does happen, it's hard to reconcile. It really is. And we've got to look at it with a lot of open-mindedness for that to work. Oh man, lots of chats going on through here. 822, the ape split happened. 3-year cycle, 217 to 20. Let's see here, 217 to, a 3-year cycle, huh? Let's open up a few more years here. Let's go max available on daily. So 2017 to 2020 through here. What if we go A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay. But in a 3, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah. It goes way higher. What if this is like a huge triangle? That'd be just like, that'd make me laugh. Let's do this. Let's have a good laugh. It's just like, suppose we're in some sort of massive triangle. That's backwards. Always backwards. Backwards triangles are the worst. Whoa. Whoa. Like probably spinning there on that or something like that. 1, 2, 3. Dugga, dugga, boom. Interesting. Yeah, but if this is a 3, this is a 3. We'd have a, what is this? A, B, doesn't, so like a running flat and then a zigzag, motive, corrective, motive, and then 5. Yeah, it's a huge 3, 3, 5. It's huge. And it drops from 346.9. This zigzag was massive. And this is why I'm theoretically supposing AMC is going to be stuck in correction forever. Is because like you can get progress into wave C, but then these retraces, they knock out potential motive wave counts. This particular low wipes out almost all potential bullish wave counts that start, except for one that starts with wave 1 here. If this is wave 1, 2, and we're looking for wave 3, and wave 3 is going to go much higher, and we have a price range like $70, $60 on the first leg, then, you know, like you can do that if you want. This is not how I would count it. It doesn't make sense in the Elliott wave timing, but like, you know, if you want to target $101, you could do that, but I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I'd be more prone to say if we do get something ridiculous like we did in 2021 again, that we'd be looking for a similar high, not like a fantastically stronger, much higher high. I just wouldn't suspect that. That would be insane. That'd be fun to chart. That'd be wild. I mean, I just don't think that's possible. It's just probably not probable. You know what I'm saying? Like let's be real. Let's be real. Let's do some realistic analysis here and suppose that this was actually wave C in a degree higher, which is going to be lowercase, ironically enough. And I'm going to color it yellow because that's the wave degree above. Primary, which is cycle. So that's let me check my book really quickly here. Yeah, I have this tabbed, but it never seems to be fast enough. Oh, it's yeah, lowercase letters. That's C. I'm going to go back and label some of these other annotations as well. So this was going to be C as well. And then B starts or ends back here. And then this would be A. This would be A, B, C. And I can see the zigzag through here. And then this is a motive wave in wave C. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Okay, so that zigzag, that makes sense. Interesting stuff. Okay, so the hypothesis is that AMC is in correction purgatory forever, and that the push to 72.62 or 62.83 on the daily was wave C of a corrective wave. And so what follows is a 3-wave structure again for more correction. And I'm going to start that wave count here. I have this noted as motive decline, and I'm going to retract that. We're going to say it's corrective. And we're just going to go on the next count because we've got this 335 figured out, I think, pretty well. Corrective wave with triangle. Nope, it's actually last wave of 335. Excuse me. Okay, 335. End of story. Moving on to the downtrend now, which has been pretty brutal, really. Honestly, this was quite a trend. And if you look through here, you do get a triangle, right? And at the apex, there is a trend reversal, which is always kind of cool. And what I actually did, I think, is when I did the chart pattern analysis, I used a horizontal level, like somewhere around 34, 32. And I used this descending triangle, and I used it for a target. When I did that, that's how I got that $7 target. Because the price range was huge, right? It's like 62 down to like 32 or 34. It's the $30 range. You take half of that. And because I believe that's the descending triangle target for a bearish breakout. And that's $30. And you're dropping from like 34. So like it just made sense to see the price make a significant move lower. All right, you got to go, Kabosh. That's cool. All right. Some of the pattern is used as a way to permanently delay. Yeah, right. Yeah. Forever in correction. Okay, so moving on, getting rid of that chart pattern analysis and starting the zigzag. I'm going to take my extension tool. I'm going to start here and just try to eyeball it. There's two really big corrective waves. One tops here in March of 2022. The other tops in August of 2022. Which one's the top of my corrective cycle is the question. And I'm going to just guess that the bigger wave is the proper place to draw the zigzag. Okay, see, I get a negative price target there. So, great. That doesn't help me. When you get negative price targets, just forget about it and try to find another answer. It's still negative. Because of how high does this have to be? Like, wow. Okay. Okay, so we're going to have to rely on our wave counts to help us identify these motive waves and just understand that this zigzag is technically not going to be able to complete a complete decline. Which means the correction won't totally wipe out all the gains from the 2020 low. Jeez. So will the next motive wave produce a high? I get why people say these things, but if like AMC can suddenly turn profitable and like the markets in general start to make a strong push higher and the super cycle wave 5 I'm following on SPX does not truncate, then I can see that new high coming in AMC. But I mean, you never know. That could happen. That could happen. I'm not gonna deny that it could happen. It's just not as likely. Price target for next week is probably going to be at the top of that broadening. Let's just talk about that really quick. Let's get out of this and let's go to a chart we can talk about a little bit more. So next week I would anticipate AMC to come up towards 8. Try to make a top through here. It's possible that it goes beyond here, and if it does, then it's like we're probably going to go up to 15. That's where I'm getting this 15 target from. It's just really nice to have a push from 450 to 8. It's $4 down to 5. Add 4 to 6. We get 10, right? 10 or 12, and then give the hype crowd the $5 rally that they can produce. We've seen them do it before. And then this would become like a new motive wave count. And I actually am leading up to that right now because I decided that I wanted to try to make this a motive wave instead of a reverse triangle because it makes more sense to do that. Typically, if you can, like I would encourage the count to always make more sense, and a channel heading higher with overthrows of the upper level of the channel is way more likely than a reverse triangle. Although the reverse triangle looks cool, right? And really, something else too is if we are in a broadening bottom, then I am really looking for alternating waves of 3. But what I may actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I called that a motive wave, and then this is corrective. So 5, 3, 5, 3. if you get that 53535 going back and forth, that could be really bullish. But to do that, I'd be giving up this as a motive wave count. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So little motive, and then little B, and then C. Could this be C? It gets tough when you get these like straight line runs, and I'll have to. You've really got to get into the weeds and get down into much smaller time frames to start deciding whether or not this is correction or whether this is motive. The RSI is a great tool to help kind of determine that sort of stuff. So we could be at 1. See how the RSI peaks here and then has some bearish divergence, and the price does fall a little bit, but then overall goes higher. This is what signals a new motive wave. So if this is 1, 2, this could be 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3, 4 of 3, 5 of 3, and then this could be all wave 4, and we're going in for wave 5. So I'll get into that a little more, but yeah, next week I'll be looking for the price to challenge $8. Which is bullish. I know. But it's there. It could happen. And the thing is that implied volatility is it's still dropping, but it's kind of finding a bottom here towards 174 and 180%, which is ridiculous. That's like a super high number for implied volatility to be at. But when you consider it in the historical context, it's pretty low. And so we expect to see the implied volatility to be making cycles, which includes uptrends after downtrends. And that's where we're at. And yeah, coming up and setting a new high, that would definitely produce a rise in implied volatility. I can really see AMC making a massive rally here, and also SPX making a rally too. And the two are they're going to be concurrent, and it'll be euphoric. It's going to be a euphoric experience. The bulls will be in absolute denial that there's ever a bear market going to be again. Like, this is going to be the most ridiculous level of sentiment. Like when AMC was at 62, I think that level of hype will exist for AMC at 15. And it's going to be like, what? It's like way below its high. But honestly, it's just because of the amount of new people entering at these lower prices, the relief of the bag holders as they see their stocks coming up, and those that average down are going to be very happy to see their cost bases exceeded too. So I think that the level of hype that we could see in this big rally I'm forecasting is going to be more than before. It's going to be bigger than before, especially now since, like, in 2020, no one knew about meme stocks. Like, it wasn't a thing. And look what happens. Well, now everyone and their dog has heard about meme stocks if they know stocks. And so if there is another such rally, it's going to be could be bigger. Oh my God. And I don't think it's rational. It's not rational, and that's why I don't respect it. It keeps making higher highs and higher lows. Yeah, dude, it's trader sauce. Yeah, AMC is in an uptrend right now. Absolutely true. They lowered the loss per share from 21 cents to 14 cents in 1 quarter. AA said probably 2024, 2025 AMC will be profitable. That's funny. One time Obi-Wan and I we were joking about that time frame because Bulkowski has a chart pattern called a mountain to price mountain. And when you read it, goes into how price rises like volatilely, and then it just falls and it stays down there for a few years before it goes, bah, it recovers. So yeah, if AMC's profitable way out here in 2024, there are going to be people who hold the whole time, and that'll matter, I think, too. It will, but for now, we're not trying to get too carried away. Let's go back to. I'm going to try to get here. See, the thing is when you do an Elliott wave count, it has to be congruent with all the degrees and all the prior price action. You can't just have like a little analysis in the future, like at the present on the hourly time frame, and say this is a good count, because it's possible that you're actually on the wrong wave degree, and then when the degree higher makes a move, your whole count will become completely irrelevant, and you'll say, that can't happen. Why is this? And you'll cry, but you really have to have a congruent count for the entire history of the stock to really understand what's going on, because there will always be a higher wave degree, and the higher wave degree will always dictate price. So anyway, let's get into that 4-hour chart that I stole, and keep going here. Yeah, whenever I render the chart, I see that it goes dropped frames detected. I think it does that because my Thinkorswim app kind of freaks out too, you know? So maybe that's it. Is 15 short-term big rally? Yeah, I think so, but I'm not ready to put that price target down, not until we break the broadening bottom. Draw a new external trend line for the uptrend, please. Yes, I will definitely get there. EXO, you can see the uptrend on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. Right, I have it on my chart. Draw it too. Trader says, gotcha. Cool. Yeah, so here's a new uptrend, right? Let's just do that really quickly. So this high, right? Okay, external trend lines. I think everyone in the room knows what an external trend line is, so I'm just going to draw it. And if you don't know what it is, basically you're just going to connect the lowest points after, that are preceding a new high, and you're not going to cut through the price at all. And that's an external trend line. So this is the uptrend AMC is currently in. And if I redraw it as a channel, I think this looks really good. You have an expanding flat for wave 2, and this could be one of 3, right? This is so dumb. I cannot believe I'm doing bullish analysis on AMC. So like 1113, that's your wave 3 extension. Like if we get SPX making this ABC push higher into this ending diagonal triangle, like 1113, like these are the realistic targets. The realistic targets are 1113, $12, and 15 is kind of like, okay, that's kind of what the hype crowd does, is they exceed those price targets. But anything above there is just going to be hype, and I'm really not going to be pushing that or promoting that because that's not analytical. That's just like hopium, pure hopium. And I don't want to be part of that crowd. That's just milking the interest of a bunch of people who are trying to live better lives. So, all right. In 2021, average FTDs across all U.S. markets was 50 million. AMC and Ape does that in one day. Says everything I need to know about the play. Yeah, but check out MMTLP. LOL. Yeah, so the whole thing about failure to deliver is that's all about market plumbing, and you know, it's just you can't have enough information, I think, to really accurately understand what's going on with FTDs. But I think we can principally understand that it's causing these corrective cycles where it's like, hey, if those shorts had covered, we should have gotten a much bigger rally. Where did those short interest calls or covered or whatever the fuck? It's just all in, you know. It's all being swept under the rug probably, and that's all I have to say about it. I'm not too interested in speculating on it. Really not. Let's go back to counting this Elliott wave count. So I'm looking for an ABC pattern heading lower, and that's going to be described by 2 motive waves separated by a corrective wave structure, which is a 3-wave move or a reverse triangle. It's going to be a reverse triangle, and it's going to be right here. I can just see it looking at it, and we're going to characterize this. I should put this on a different time frame maybe. See that? That's nice. Right there. I can get A, B, C, D, E way up here. And I'm sure on a smaller time frame, it's going to look even better. I almost got it there. So I'm going to increase my time frame to a year. Itchy nose, itchy nose, itchy nose. And I'm going to zoom in. And then we're going to see. That's the problem, is I don't have quite the peak there. So this is going to have to be... It's going to have to be an annoying extension. Maybe wave 5 is truncated, ends in here. And this correction actually happens over here like this, connecting these 2 peaks. And by connecting these 2 peaks, what I get is an ascending broadening wedge, points A, B, C, D, and E in a reverse diagonal triangle where that third touch point along the opposing side of the pattern. Okay, so the motive wave is heading down, right? The corrective wave is heading up. So 3 touch points on the upper one, and then you get that overthrow at point E, and then price moves violently against that move. So when I do my motive wave count, I'm going to try to keep in mind that wave 5 might correct in a flat, and then we go into an extension, which is a triangle. Triangles occurring in wave C. So I'm just going to start going backwards. Sometimes it's good to go backwards. Sometimes it is. Here we go. So this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here we go. How do you keep a stock in correction but continue to produce rallies that exceed the prior high or prior low? Well, one way to do that would be to create 3-3-5 patterns where you get these triangles or these motive waves to just explode. there's no rule how far this 335 can go. And it's motive, so it can make progress too, which is insane. And I really think this is what we're looking at. So this is probably the end of our motive wave count that I'm talking about on the daily. So go back out here and zoom in on it. And yep, that still looks pretty good. And so I'm going to start going for my motive waves. And we're going to use arrows for 1. We'll just start labeling while we're here. And we're going to use the primary wave degree, I think. Yes, that seems appropriate. This is probably wave 1. And we're going to duplicate this for wave 2, coming up and bouncing. When price overlaps a ton, you know you're in a corrective pattern. And I see peaks here that I could connect with a line. So I'm going to do that. And we're just going to see how that looks. When I pull it back. Yes. Nice. Look at that. Nice. Yes. Wave 2. And wave 1 actually ended up here. And this is important. It's like, Cap, why would you fuss about where wave 1 starts? Because the amplitude of wave 1 is going to describe the amplitude of wave 5 if wave 3 didn't extend. And I'm pretty sure wave 3 did extend. I can see it. So we'll get there. So, okay, 1, A, B, C, D, E. And then wave 3 starts. And I'm going to go 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3, 4 of 3, 5 of 3. So this is the end of wave 3 down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. And I'm going to go ahead and label it appropriately. No reason to make myself confused. And I'm going to take my Fibonacci extension tool. And you're going to see me do this all the time. I'm always looking to double check. Is that wave longer than that first push down? And the answer is yes, significantly. And you can see I didn't measure wave 1 right. 161.8 is traditionally the tendency for wave 3. If wave 3 extends, that's where it's going to go. And I have those written up on my whiteboard over here. That's why I'm looking that way. But there's also, it's all in here. This book is incredible. So it's great. I'm going to call this the end of wave 3, and it extended. So wave 5 should match wave 1 in amplitude and time. And, or at least amplitude. Time is always hard to call. Cap, 12 to 15 by when? Yeah, the timing is hard to call. The timing is always hard. I don't want to try to time it too much, but I would correlate it with SPX, and SPX I think is going to peak in mid-March. So, and it could peak in June. So keep that in mind. It might take 3 to 6 months. 6 months. So just, yeah, things always go way slower. They happen in the least convenient way. Can you do BBBY? Yeah, I'll definitely get to BBBY. Let me put it on the board. I'm gonna put it on the board so don't forget. BBBY. You got it. Yeah, I can definitely do that. Okay, but we're gonna continue this analysis and we're gonna finish it first because I need to either I need to really come up with a new motive wave count for AMC. And I wanted to have it ready just in case we do explode to 15 because I don't want to hear technical analysis doesn't work. Don't want to hear it. Look, see, the charts do explain it. Yeah, that's me getting like upset with irrational. The irrational drives me crazy. I'm like, logic, please. Let's see. At the primary degree, I have to look again, and I think I get capital letters, right? Don't I get capital letters for? Look at this. I have to go back all the time. I just some things I just don't bother to remember. I just look at the book and the book tells me. At the primary degree, we get capital letters for corrective waves. So I'm gonna go A and then a little circle. A duplicates B. What's crazy is that I called. If you've been following the channel for a long time, a lot of these reversals I got correct. Some of them I missed. A lot of them I got correct. I did it without Elliott wave, which like blows my mind. And this is an expanding flat. The temptation with the expanding flat is to draw a triangle around it, right? But the problem is that you don't get the touch points you need. You only get 2 on each side. And let's see. Does this? Yeah, you see the peak here on February 1st. It fails to really. So people might draw something like this, but there's a couple keys, a couple clues here that this is not correct. The first is that, well, the trend is way too steep. Price is moving. It looks like we got 2 sets of 3. You need 5 sets of waves for a triangle. So you've only got 3, and that's how Bulkowski listen, when Bulkowski chart pattern analysis says you need 5 touch points, what he's doing is he's essentially saying you're going to have 3 waves, 2 sets of 3, right? Or 3 touch points on one side, and there's going to be bottoms between those that line up in a certain way that creates the 5 touch points, and that's how you get your chart pattern. Playboy, please. Yes, also Playboy. Definitely gonna get to Playboy. I'm kind of worried. I think Playboy might be one of those stocks that gets pumped, but if it does get pumped, I'm here for the ride. You know, I have a lot of reason to think that Playboy is going to do great in the future, but it's pretty speculative, and it is based on fundamental analysis. So like, I'm happy holding this Playboy stock. I really am, but I'm also thinking we're probably going to see Shields start to pump it. Thank you. Yes, I love the robe. It's very comfy. It's got a nice little logo over here. It's got a couple of ties, pockets. It's sweet. Like, really? I didn't know I was lounging wrong until I bought this robe, and I'm like, ooh, I gotta get all of the loungewear. It's just comfy. Love it. I love it. Okay, back to the analysis here. So in a zigzag, you have a motive wave, and then we have a corrective wave, and now we're looking for another motive wave heading lower. And what's hard here is that it looks like this is not really a motive wave. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's totally motive, but it looks weird. Maybe I need to get out of log scale again. Looks worse out of log scale. Going back into log scale. And this is gonna be an ugly one, but we're just gonna deal with it. Let's see. This is a big 3, 3, 5. I'm just gonna start copying over my other wave notes over here. Duplicate 1. Scooch, scooch, scooch. Duplicate for 2. That's a huge 1, 2, by the way. That's crazy to me. Oh, and this is because of Ape, obviously. Ape robbed a bunch of equity from AMC, so I think robbed's a good way to put it, too. It's not like the company was worth anymore. They just offered more equity. Sure, not shares of AMC, but equity of AMC. So AMC has value, and it doesn't matter how many different types of equity you have. Like, if it's being sold like stock, it's all the same to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let me get 5 going here. Duplicate you, pull you this way. I'm trying to keep it out from underneath the webcam. 5. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, that's looking good, isn't it? Ooh, this is a nice wave count. This looks really good. I really like it. And I'm gonna take, let's see, wave 1 here was from 29 to 10. So there's not gonna be a $19 drop from 829, but we could probably use percentages through here. So sometimes comparing not necessarily the price range, but the comparison between the prices is really good. So Stock Ed had this as a zigzag through here, and I'm like, okay, that looks good. Yeah, that's great. That's so good. Let's figure this out. So 29 down to 10. Geez, that's like 60% from 8 to 3. I mean, they're huge declines. They're comparable. They are comparable. And so guess where we are? This is where the analysis gets super real. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to show you a pattern, an ABC correction in AMC that pushes higher into wave C, which is undoubtedly a motive wave, and there are no rules to how high it can go. Stay tuned and find out how far this rally will carry you. This is dumb. This is dumb. I'm going to do some forecasting here, and I'm just going to say it right out of the gate. This is dumb. But it's probably the right way to analyze the chart. Okay. And now we are at current price action, so we'll get into 15 when. Cap, when do you look at 12 to 15 for AMC? Where will Ape go to all at the time? Okay, so yes. Okay, Ape. We'll do Ape right after AMC, and then we'll get into BBBY and then Playboy. So I'm gonna go into the hourly time frame, and we're gonna zoom in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's that easy. This is a motive wave. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 almost hit that extension. 4, and then 5. Wow, huge fifth wave extension, super irrational. This is what happens in AMC. Okay, so if you take anything away from this stream, understand what tends to happen is that fifth wave extends like crazy. And that fifth wave, when it extends like crazy, leads to absolutely sharp correction. It feels like oblivion, right? Because it's just despair. The price just plummets. But this is what happens after a fifth wave extension. It typically comes down to the beginning of wave 2 of that extended wave. So that would be right here. 1, 2 at $6. It's like boom, right there. 3, 4, 5. So this overextended fifth wave corrected down to the second wave within it, which is what we expect after an extended 5 wave, because wave 5 is supposed to be the same amplitude as wave 1. And here, if I take that price amplitude and compare it to wave 5, it's like, yeah, wow, it definitely way overshot that, like hardcore. So fifth wave extension. We got 2 extensions here. Like, it's not uncommon to get 1 wave extension, 2 wave extensions. It's like, I'll have to read up on that, how often that happens, but got it. Nice. Okay, so let's talk about some trends here. Let's get a trend going. This is the broken up trend, okay? And I'm going to draw it as a solid line because it's currently cutting through the price, and that's where I want to keep it there. And so what wave degree am I on? Oh, this is so good. This is so good. I'm actually really happy with this analysis, but even though it's totally against my bias has been bearish for like how long on AMC? Like so long. And all of a sudden I'm flipping bullish, and like I don't want to be a part of the hype crowd. I really don't. I just want to distinguish that. It's just I have no idea how I'm going to do that. You know? I guess it's because I'm just going to be using Elliott waveform analysis here to justify all the price targets. So, okay. Now the danger here is a head and shoulder top, obviously. Okay. But what if it's not a head and shoulder top? Then we could do a Bulkowski chart pattern analysis on a busted pattern. You can do chart pattern analysis and not have a target reached, and rather the price reverses and goes the other way. You might think, oh, this chart pattern analysis, it's actually still useful. You can do a busted chart pattern analysis on it. Bulkowski has done it all. He's done it all. The guy's great. If you want to lose money, follow the crowd. Yeah, right? It's true, though. I think that's what wave 5 is. Wave 5 epitomizes that. Like, everyone starts hopping on the bandwagon. They cause this massive extension, and then they lose their money. The price reverses, and they despair, and they panic, and they start selling. And it's like, you have to understand that if there are trends present, that they occur in big waves, and that includes ups and downs. And right now, there is a hypothetical trend. It's hypothetical, all right? But it trends up, and it's sloping higher. This is not a valid trend line until the price sets a new high, okay? Just remember that. This is a hypothetical trend line. So I'm going to put it in gray. And what's super hard is that... okay, whatever. This is going to be... What happens if I forecast MOAS? I'm like, I spend like a year being like, MOAS is dumb, and then I forecast it and it happens. That'd be stupid. That'd be so dumb. Okay, anyway, so wave C is coming up. We have that fifth wave extension. A, B, and C comes down in a zigzag. And so we're going to call that wave 2. And what degree am I on? I'm on 1 degree below primary, which is intermediate, which I think is numbers. I got to look again. Primary, and then wait, what am I on? Capital letters, primary, yes. So 1. Okay, here we go. Blue 1. It's gonna be a blue one. I'm gonna be here for a long time, you guys. I mean, I've just got nothing to do today. It's a nice calm day, and I've been wanting to like get into streaming here a bit. Check it out. This is a test, so I'm gonna do some of this. I'm gonna see if I can like. Is that better? Is that better? I think my skin tone looks better there. Whoops. That looks worse. This is Cap After Hours. Welcome. Have a glass of wine. No, let's turn that back on. Okay. Here we go. Ah, yes. Nice and relaxing. This is not where one goes. One goes way up here. So we're going to duplicate this and pull it down. Like when I say I'm going to be here for a while, like I mean it. Like I've got my next drink lined up. I've got some saltines over here. And note too that I'm going to be adding like my bass and piano and stuff to these. Like when I start the stream, I'm going to play my that bass line from Capavision. I'll be playing that live when I open the streams. It'll be fun. To be honest, to make that, I had to do 2 cuts because I don't play it very well. I had to like stitch together. So I'll be practicing that. Okay, anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for intermediate wave 1, coming down for intermediate wave 2. There is a tendency here for wave 2 to retrace 61.8% of wave 1. And of course, you're going to be like, Cap, Fibonacci extension retracement, of course. But when do you go to the golden pocket is the question. Because sometimes you don't go to the golden pocket, right? You get a triangle or like a flag, and it doesn't come very far down, and then price explodes higher. So when do you know to use that Fibonacci retracement? I see a lot of people, they just throw it around everywhere. It's like 61.8% retracement all over the place. And it's like, it's not a one size fits all thing. Okay. So just cool your jets. Here we go. So I'm just going to take those 2 points. 6618. That was kind of where we found a price knot. And then we had this little dip further. So this zigzag is what's called a sharp. We can expect after the next motive wave, we'll get a flat correction. It'll probably be a flag. It'll be a glorious flag. Everyone and their dog will know what it is. And guess what? They're going to get it right. They're going to get that one right because it's going to be easy. And that's probably why we're going to get a blow off top when this comes to a head eventually. Later, not exactly right now. That's dope. I love this stream. Excellent. That is excellent. Yeah, whatever I can do to accommodate the viewership. It's like I have a good time enjoying making content people enjoy. Oh, look at that. Isn't that interesting? That's 61.8% retracement. That's where wave 3 peaked. And then this is where we're finding resistance right now. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. I bet for those of you who like to copy and paste parts of the chart and then like make it fit onto a new part of the chart, like that, to me, that's not like very technical, but it can work. It can work. And the reason for that is because of these Elliott waves, and they tend to alternate in wave degrees. And so if you're cutting out a piece of the price chart and you're applying it somewhere else, you can do that appropriately, but you're going to have an understanding of the wave degrees so that you're making comparable comparisons. Relevant comparisons, because there are tendencies in the price. That's what Elliott Wave's about, is identifying those tendencies. Okay, so let's talk about what happens next. We got wave 3 coming. Wave 3 typically extends. And so I'm going to take my Fibonacci extension tool here, and I'm going to take it to the peak of 1, to the bottom of 2. I'm going to get my magnets snapped here. They don't snap when I place them down initially. I have to select them again. Can I do this? There we go. And remember, wave 3 tends to, if it extends, it's going to be at 161.8% extension, and that's $11.83. Like, this is a realistic... This is crazy. Like, okay, let's just say that it's very, like, wave C could be up here, and this wave 1, this could be it. Okay, it's important to acknowledge that this could be the end of the correction. But remember, wave degrees. Remember wave degrees. How big is the push down that we're retracing? And it's huge. It's absolutely spectacular. Like, let's take the high to the low, and then let's extend that to the right. Jeez. Okay, hold on. Don't get too excited yet. Extend to the right. I'm gonna get my magnet snapped. All right. So, in terms of retracement, what are our realistic options here? We're just gonna place them all down. And it's like, well, and actually, I want to not use the high of wave 3. See, it matters where you end your motive wave count. Because if I draw this Fibonacci retracement starting from that ultimate high, the all-time high, I might not get the retracement right, because the retracement isn't retracing the move from what was this, like $2 to 62. That's not the retracement I'm measuring. I'm measuring the retracement from the beginning of this new motive wave down, which was much later in middle of September, where the arrow is. And so I need to appropriately do that. And that high is lower. It's about $10 lower, which is significant, right? So that lowers our price target a little bit, much to everyone's hum-ha, I'm sure. But still, it's just like, I mean, those targets are all really high. And if I flip it upside down, I don't think it makes too much of a difference. Sometimes I do this because you can look at the price in a couple different ways, and I think it's legitimate to use your Fibonacci's either direction. But yeah, here 14 at 78.6, 22 at 61.8, like, and you can see these other price levels that are significant marked here. So it's, yeah. So like, and what am I saying? Like towards 15. Let's take the downtrend. And let's draw. So there's this downtrend from the all-time high. This is a really good chart. I'm really enjoying this chart. It's probably the best AMC analysis I've ever done, actually. And that's probably because I'm being more open-minded about it, you know? Not like absolutely saying it has to crash. And it's kind of nice saying it doesn't have to crash anymore. Like, I gotta tell you guys, it was like a lot of emotional energy to be telling people that the value of their stock was going to fall. That was like not an easy thing. I would get people messaging me. They'd be calling me. They'd be like, hey, Cap, I'm holding $20,000 of calls in AMC. And like the price was at $40 or $30. And these calls were out of the money. So their strikes were at like 45. And I can't tell you what to do. I told one guy to actually repent. Like, 'cause greed is a sin. Anyway, so let's talk about these downtrends, because external downtrends aren't going to cut through the price at all. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, so there's another downtrend through there. I don't really like these downtrends because look how high they are. But we do have a conspicuous congruence here in the future where we have the 78.6%, I'm going to call it an inverted Fibonacci retracement, and this this downtrend that starts from our actual new motive wave count hitting lower. So, yeah. And remember, it's about wave degrees. And this little push I'm forecasting right now, this is more about retracing this most recent downtrend, right, through here. Which broke. Yes, it did. So I'm gonna make it solid. So really, I think the right thing to do is to take the Fibonacci or the Fibonacci retracement tool and just draw it down from here. 1723. Jeez. 1723. Okay. 345. This is cool. This is cool. I like this. This is probably some of the best AMC analysis I've done. Why is it bullish? What? 1723 but by when is the question, right? Let's draw a channel. Let's get a channel going and we'll try to guess with a channel. So at the end of the day, I don't want to make this wave A, the primary wave A. I don't want to say this is a 3-wave impulse. We may in the future just like completely scrap A, B, and C and just start with 1, 2 and start counting a 3rd wave extension higher. So it may be appropriate to say we have a 3-wave impulse heading higher, which is weird, but can happen, right? And this will be our trend line, but we're going to start a new trend in that 3rd wave. And so I'm going to make a speculative conjecture. Speculation warning. I mean, it's all technically speculative. And I mean, you all know none of this is financial advice. It's not like anyone's still like... Okay, so let's just assume that this dip at 2 begins our 3rd wave. And that this is our 3rd wave. When does that 3 wave hit those targets? And it looks like right here. Hey, mid-March? Oh my God. Does that match the exact price time or the time range that I have in SPX? Guess what? It totally does. It totally does. Here's SPX. This is a fantastic analysis. This is the best SPX analysis I've done. So, when moon. Is it just me or does GME chart look terrible? The GME chart doesn't look that terrible to me personally. It's just going through this brutal consolidation. It's an extension, so you can expect the next wave to be big. Okay, just like know that. But it's gonna feel awful until then. Let's see here. I'm still here. My head hasn't exploded yet. Excellent, proud ma. Excellent. Okay, so let's talk about this timing in SPX. I took a Fibonacci time tool and I found the apex of this. I don't think I have. Oh, I do have it on. Okay, I took the apex of this rising wedge, and I suppose there was a small overthrow through here because well, the reason why I did that is because I think that there's a rising diagonal through here, and that overthrow is characteristically just going to like overshoot that top trend line. It doesn't have to, but if it doesn't, then the apex gets pushed way out. The time frame is very long, and that may be the correction I need to make if we don't. If this doesn't happen as soon as I think it is, this is why. It's because of this wave C. You're also going to notice I have this massive resistance layer here. It's very, very hard to get through there. And when price does, it tends to make a big wave. So I'm expecting like a top through here, you know, and then for the price to fall as the bear market starts. What? Yeah, I don't think we've gone through the bear market yet. Not yet. Not yet. Too many people looking for it, right? So we're actually in a motor wave heading higher, but it's going to be doomed to fail, I think. Anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking for that fifth wave that just started, this euphoric bounce. We've had a couple of days that I've been forecasting for a while, for like a week, I think. And I think this peak will happen around mid-March. Like March 15th is where I have the note there, mid-March. And when I go to AMC and I look at this brand new fresh analysis that I just came up with, and I follow the top of that trend line for wave 3, and I ask where does it reach target? Up here at the extension, it's March 14th. Yeah, so let's just say that if I had to make a prediction when we're going to get that wave 3 overshoot, it would be then. And it would probably go beyond that 16.18. I don't know how high, but we'd be looking to challenge this uptrend then in whatever overshoot that may be, up to that 16.8%, at 1723. And the reason for that is because then we'd be moving into correcting the larger trend down. So there are two downtrends that will correct through the next bounce if that happens, and it's going to be based on the first downtrend being this push lower from primary wave 2 down through 5. And then again, the larger motive wave starting towards 52 and bottoming towards 4. So that is how we could get these really exuberant bounces and moves in AMC. And we'll be calling this a rounding bottom probably at that time with a heave in it. Right here where 3 and 4 occur. We'll call it heave. We may even get up to these levels towards $14, $15, hit those downtrends, and before the price can make another move higher, if that's what it's going to do, it's going to have to find some sort of consolidation through here first. So I'm just going to put rounding bottom with handle. This is the bullish speculation. Rounding bottom with handle, bullish speculation. Okay, yes, and if that fails, which it may, the price will just come back down. And it can do that because correction, like it could be just in correction forever. This whole ABC move, this could be another 1, 2, 3 move, and then we have another 3 move heading lower, and then we have another 5 move heading higher, just going back and forth, like repeating 3, 3, 5s. It's like one of the most rare corrective patterns ever, just occurring over and over again, right? Let's see here. Does AMC crash after it gets to 17? So if AMC does push up towards 17, it's going to be in a wave 5. It's probably going to be an extended wave 5. So yes, the answer is yes. It's going to crash. It always crashes after it makes big pushes higher. That's what epitomizes the meme stock, right? This is the bait. This is what gets people excited, especially back here in March of 2022. This was ridiculous. Let's turn on a candlestick chart here. This is the daily, yeah. So the amount of hype going on back here was insane. Insane. If you go back to my older videos, you're going to hear me say, or there's a video titled Moaz Now or Never. And this is when I sold, was back here. This is when I emptied out my my position in computer share. Was like at $26. So it was probably that candle. I can check my taxes actually. I knew my taxes. I can check what day I sold. So yeah, I sold on this candle, and the Moaz hype here was crazy, and then just crash. And it's bait. I think these big candles, these are bait, and they get everyone excited, and then people start losing money and they start selling, and then the shorts are making money, and it's just a matter of keeping people feeling a certain way. If you use the logic, you see it coming, right? And you can sell at 26 as the price drops to like 7 and be like, woo, that was a good call. But yeah, that's not something that amateur traders are very good at. I got lucky, really, is what happened, I think. And I had the analysis, right? And I was just committed to the analysis. So if I'm committed to the analysis, it's going to make me think AMC is bullish right now, which is crazy. It's just so crazy. So with that, I want to go to Ape next really quickly. Moving on from there. You're welcome, AMC Bulls. You're welcome. This analysis hasn't been updated in a super long time. I started counting these motive waves heading lower. It's like, yeah, this is what we call 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 truncates hardcore. And then we have, no, this must be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 4, 5, and then A, B, and C. The A, B, and C call was really easy to make. I guess I got that right. I don't remember when I did that, but I probably just said, hey, A to B, and then C is somewhere over here. Yep. Okay, there you go. A, B, and C with an extended C wave. So yeah, that checks out pretty nice. I think I used this flag here actually, and it took a long time for the price to break above that flagpole at 209, but it did. And then it reached its target at 243. Yeah, wow. How far did Ape fall? 67 cents? That's insane. So at 67 cents, what day was that? And that was like December 21st. And AMC on December 21st was, let's see here. We close at $4.94. Wow, we damn well got near $4. That's insane. That's insane. Okay. But I told you so. Okay, so where does Ape go from here? Well, Ape having just finished a 3-wave, and heading lower in motive mode. I'm thinking corrective bounce, actually. I bet you corrective bounce, and then we finish out this 3-3. Oh, and then look, 3-3-5 maybe? Getting there 3-3-5, and then this thing goes nuts. That could happen. But right now, that's way too speculative. I think the fairest thing to do is just to take, to speculate that we're going to bounce. I think this is the most speculative you can get. I think $1 is a good price for Ape on the chart. Yeah, I haven't really analyzed Ape, but just like this hype back here. This was all news driven. Was this actually based on any reality? Then I think the price will go back to where it was before it started. And that's seriously much lower than where it's at now. So again, I don't have any position in AMC or Ape, so I don't have a bias really. I mean, I do have a bias; it's bearish, but it's not like I'm holding a position that would make me want or commit to that idea. So I'm willing to look at things more openly here, which I think is better for the forecasting. Yeah, we'll see how these next 2 weeks present itself with the RS coming, as well as hard to truly tell, but I am still a bit bearish. Yeah. I mean, like, here's the thing: is the company's not making money and the stock's overvalued. Like on that basis alone, like that's why there's so much short interest, and like. I agree with that. The rational thesis, whether it's bearish or bullish, it's like that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so Playboy. Let's go to BBBY first. BBBY first. Okay, so I called the top of BBBY a long time ago. I did it in a short. If you go to my channel, look at my shorts. I don't make a lot of them, but I did it with BBBY. I said this thing is done, and sure enough, it was. And that analysis was back here, and yeah. So like, I'm serious when I say it was like, I don't know, was it August 16th that I said that? I don't even know, but. What if it's converted back to AMC? An email exchange confirmed that APE will convert to AMC at the price AMC is trading at. I can imagine APE being dumped until then. Okay, so for APE to be converted to AMC at the price AMC is at as preferred equity, I don't know. I don't know how those dynamics work. I really don't. Sounds like hype. Doesn't sound like analysis. Sounds like hype. You think we can see 5 to 8 one more time? Let's see. Let's have a look here. Wow, this chart. It's like suddenly you have this big pop. This is what I see APE doing. This is exactly what I see APE doing. Okay. I know that there's a lot of people. I know. Who was it? What's his face? It's on the tip of my tongue. Astro. Astro, he had this theory that the meme stocks like going through cycles, like one would squeeze, the next would squeeze, the next would squeeze, or whatever. And I think that's not totally untrue. It's just it doesn't occur why he may speculate it does, but it does tend to happen. Like, you can't deny it, right? Like, it's there. So this, I think, would be another one of those manifestations of APE made a big ABC higher, and then, you know, I'm thinking it's going to come down almost to where it was before. So this looks very similar to that. In terms of analysis, it's really important to note where the volume is. The volume's at the peak, right? That's a peak. So this is a tremendous. This is not buying volume. This is peaking volume. This is where the short sellers are volume. Yes, you may have. Let's even turn on candles here. This will. Okay, here's another thing. If you don't take anything away from this stream, let's just debunk volume and meme stocks. So, OBV takes any volume on a close above the prior day's close and adds it as positive volume. Okay, so let's just say, let's like pretending that this green candle doesn't exist right here, right? Let's say you gapped up and then had this huge sell. As long as the close is above the prior candle, that all becomes positive OBV, even though it's short selling or it's selling, right? Because OBV makes that add or the addition or subtraction to it based on the closing price compared to the prior close. So anyway, so if you get this gap up, this push higher, like this could be majority short volume right here, and then the next day the price starts to plunge, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is a great chart. I love this chart. 4, 5. This is actually a motive wave down. Very interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C goes higher. So this can't be. Ooh, interesting. Let's look at this in the hourly time frame. That tickled me. Let's have a look. And then something else too. I do is I like to turn off candles because I think the bias of seeing a lot of green and a lot of red it actually interferes with your brain. So okay, this is A, B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. But C overthrows, so maybe what we do is we call this A. Could this be B and C? It's a curious wave structure. It really is. There are a few trends through here, right? Like there's a downtrend. Let's label that properly. Let's spend a few minutes on BBBY. Excuse me. And let's take this low. And there's the highest high. So guess what? We actually have an uptrend through there, which broke, right? So solid line. We're going to close that down a little bit. Use the RSI. Could this be wave 1 and then A, B, C? This could be an expanding flat through here. A, B, C, A, B, C. Interesting. So what do I think? Could we go for another 5 through here or just another correction? A, B, C. Can I get a triangle through B? When B sports a triangle, it's always helpful. A, B, C, D, E. Nope. A, B. This. Shoot. Is that the top? Okay, we have to analyze this motive wave. Because again, if we use if we use the high before this peak, that changes the whole analysis, right? So let's go through here. 1 A, B, C. So this is a crazy 3-wave extension through here, right? See that channel? And then 4, and this is probably 5. 1, 2, 3. No. That's definitely A, B, C. That can't be 5. Let's go into a smaller time frame, an even smaller time frame. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But seriously, this looks seriously like corrective 3-wave, right? I'm not crazy there. Looks like 3-wave. So probably not wave 5. So wave 5 probably does peak through here. So I'm going to go ahead and just start at the sub-minuet level here. Let's see. Got to clear this correctly. Let me, oof. I want to check on the chat really quick. All right, XO. Go have food. That was 48 minutes ago. I missed that. All right, dude. That was great. Happy to see you. I know you're not here right now, but that's okay. Let's see here. HYMC did basically the same. You got it, Stevie. You're very much welcome for the analysis. No problem. Proud Ma 02 is out of here. You got it. Yep. Everybody just do your thing, you know? Okay, so we're going to go edit 1 ABC for 2. We're starting our wave 3, which is going to subdivide. So I shouldn't have started on this time on the sub-minuet level. Dumb. Let's see. Here we go. 1 ABC for 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's a 5th wave extension through here. This is hard. So I'm going to use the Fibonacci extension tool to help me find the top of that wave 3. If it extends, it's right here. See how easy that becomes? That's where a 3rd wave extension would be, and the RSI is reaching over bot here, which is what I'm looking for at the top of a motive wave. So there are a lot of clues here that point to 3, 4, and then an extended 5 wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Yep. Yeah, this is totally right. Okay, so this would be 4, stayed within that channel. And 5. And I did not save yellow as the default color, so go figure. We did it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're looking for ABC heading lower. ABC. C. Okay, here we go. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for A, up for B, and then we're gonna do a Fibonacci extension through here to the top of B and say 227 is the end of the correction. And it looks like it actually ended towards 241. That's pretty close. So yes, gonna take that away. Get rid of this. Yeah. And I'm just gonna duplicate this guy, pull him over here, and then say this was the next corrective wave. Okay, so 1, 2, could this be 3? No, it cannot be 3. And that's because price for wave 4 would be tracing down below the peak of wave 1. So this very definitively at a higher degree is going to be waves A. And I did not do this right. Can I just click around a little bit, hit edit, and we're gonna go blue. A. Duplicate. B. Duplicate for C, which was above. So this is like a weird running flat. These correction cycles are weird. They're always weird in the meme stocks. That's how they get you. And then what follows is like, wow, just oblivion. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. There's how many extensions are running through here? This is insane. I'm just like looking at the price and I'm like, I'm not analyzing that. That's just like, wow. I think that's the downtrend. And there's just like so much weight on the stock that like you don't even see that. Like the trend is drawn from this point, the high, and then the lowest low, and then the only peak between there is right here at this price level. So, geez, this is probably like ABC through here, a little correction. That's a toughie. That is a tough one to look at. It just hurts my brain. There's a channel through there. Here's another channel through here. Redraw as channel. So let's see here. Let's go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Okay, so I can see where the wave count is, but like I'm not gonna label it. That's dumb and crazy. So can this bounce is the question, and the answer is, I mean, ultimately it's always gonna be you can do whatever, right? But let's just take some downtrend, do a downtrend study through here. Did Bed Bath & Beyond file for bankruptcy or something like that, like restructuring their corporate debt, so to speak? Man, these are some brutal trend lines. Jeez. RSI gets weird because the averages just go nuts. How is the RSI on the daily still so positive? It's probably because of how sharp that decline was. The moving averages are still considering this prior price action, and as time passes, and so the RSI is going to have an upward bias initially, then it'll have a downward bias, then it'll have an upward bias and a downward bias. So I think long term, actually, this looks pretty bad. Another peak here, right? See that volume spike up here at that high? Again, probably not buying volume, probably short volume. And so you have a double top that confirmed when the price passed below that intermediate valley at 253. And now there's just this big dump. So if we had to look for a rally, we'd be doing it with a Fibonacci retracement tool. And something like this. Like, those are realistic retracement bounces, but honestly, that top, that's wicked. That's a wicked top. I wouldn't expect BBY to ever push higher personally. But there are your retracement targets: 312, 364, or 417. Let's do Playboy next. Let's have a look here at the chat. Hello, my full coverage. How's it going? Hope everybody's doing well. So Playboy has been in the abyss here, just tanking in price just for a long time. And I have a falling wedge ending diagonal triangle analysis set up. And this overthrow of point E, it falls in line with a downward channel. I have after hours turned on, and that channel doesn't fit as well. If you do the channel, there's like way more room down. So I prefer my falling wedge analysis. I don't think the channel's wrong, but this low is hard to fit into that channel, and it would probably belong in the channel if it were a thing. So anyway, here we have again, you see these patterns where you have point A and point B are really close to each other, and then they create these subsequent touches along a trend line before you get this massive price movement that pushes all the way across the pattern. That's the kind of stuff I'm looking at. And yeah, AMC could be about to make one of these big pushes higher in a C wave. A, B, and C. See how the C wave is just so big. And what we have right now is definitely a double bottom. We definitely have a double bottom in Playboy, but it hasn't confirmed yet. Nope. So don't get too happy about it. Not until we get above, what is that, 225. And then here's the thing. You're going to use the incoming downtrend for a price target, but it's got to be comparable. So I wouldn't be taking the high from 350 and the low from $2 and then making my double bottom target. I would probably be taking the most recent downtrend. And so there's a couple more downtrends through here. This downtrend broke, and then this is a downtrend that hasn't broken yet. So I'd probably be saying you'd use that $2.65 to $2, that 65-cent range to formulate your double bottom target. And it's about 60% of that. So just take 40 cents and add it to 225-ish, and that's where we're going to get. So 260, you see that price right here? This is great. Okay, when the target turns out to be like a significant level of support and resistance, there's a pretty good shot that's where the price is going to go. And so I would like to say that makes a lot of sense, and that would be my price target. I think it really would. This downtrend's cutting through the hourly time frame here. Do you see how on the hourly time frame, like we get these topping patterns? Here's a double top, and it occurs right on that downtrend. Watch me zoom out into the daily time frame, and it's like suddenly the oh, it is going over there. What is this? What is this downtrend from? What is this? Jeez. Sometimes when you turn on a higher time frame, you get the extremes popping from the lower time frames up through those trends. Oh, wow. I connected those peaks back here. Interesting. So this is technically an internal trend line. That's all it needs to be is that. Tops. Yeah, those tops, they form through there. Isn't that interesting? Price seems to be spinning along that downtrend currently. And I'm just going to extend it down to the right a little bit. So when price gets through there, 265, and it can bottom, like there's some serious technical arguments to be made that we've found like an all-time low. It's incredible how far this stock has fallen and how high it rose initially, coming out near $10 and rising to 50. Holy cow, 5x. And then just plummeting. And again, look at this. Remember I was talking about those 3-wave patterns where you get like A, B, and C, and A and B are like subsequent touches along a chart pattern. And then wave C just runs crazy. Like, I'm pretty sure that that's where we could be. And maybe we even draw like a speculative, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 partial decline. See, the chart pattern that big, I wouldn't want to analyze a chart pattern that big. But in principle, this is what I've been talking about, are these 2 subsequent touch points along a trend line and then a big push in emotive mode. And the corrective wave would be retracing this overall price trend down. I think so. And it's a huge price range. It is. So let's just get like a 50% retracement going here. And we're just going to eyeball it. And it comes in at around 21.25. Cool. Okay. I would be happy to see Playboy at 21.25. And in the short term, I think 265 is a realistic price target right now. And I think that the data we get from earnings could help get us there. Absolutely. I say that because Playboy announced they were going to be grouping up with some company in China to sell not just licensed product, but directly from Playboy. So the money would be coming in directly. And I don't really know where that is on here. I do like to see like the 70 million debt pay down. Like that's really great, but they have a lot of debt. They have a lot of debt and they aren't making any money yet. But again, I think the company's heading the right direction. I really do. Let's get rid of live news. So, okay, well, that was a lot of time on AMC. And whoa, Edward Smith throwing me $10. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Yes. Good times. Good times. So, with that said, I think I've covered everything that was asked for. Does anybody else have anything they want to see? This has been quite a long stream. What's my time at? I can't even see. 2 hours and 8 minutes. That's pretty long. If no one else has anything they want to see, I'm going to keep going into my SPXU count and working on that because this is what's really got my attention right now is this chart. And they look cool too, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and heading for a 5th wave higher. I just want to, like, it's hard because the waves get disproportional through here, right? wave 1 and wave 5, they're not going to make any sense together, but I think percentage wise we can probably get a good idea. So when the S&P 500 was at like $4 or 4, like rising to 18, that was like 4x, right? And so let's take 800 multiplied by 4. What do you get? 32. So heading up into the fours and an overshoot, yeah, that makes sense. So, and this is Frost and Pressure's count is a little different. I'm showing you, are those primary waves? Yes, those are primary waves. I thought about making the wave count match exactly, but I decided that this is just going to work for me. That's fine. It's just like my analysis is 1 wave degree above, or below, I think. They're showing cycle, and I'm showing primary, I think. Cycle and primary. Yeah, so I'm showing primary waves. So mine's 1 wave degree below Frost and Pressure's, and that's not that big of a deal. And I just wanted to like double, triple check some of the stuff in here to make sure that the wave counts were adding up correctly. So I'm gonna go into the weekly max. One of the reasons why I think that we're in an ending diagonal triangle now is waves 1 and 5 tend to match, and at an intermediate level from that 2008 low, this impulse wave was. I'm just going to delete this. That impulse wave was characteristically triangle-y, right? Look at that thing. It's got converging trend lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 was like this massive super extension. And we could even call this a leading diagonal triangle where 1 and this is 1 of 1. So this is 1 degree below intermediate, I think is minor. Is that right? So minor 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 extend like crazy. But remember, wave 3 can't be the shortest wave. So we gotta check that too. 2008, I was actually watching the stock market in 2008. I was, and I was buying silver too. So wave 3's got to come up to at least here. So I can't quite call that like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as I was counting it earlier, where wave 3 would peak at 1368. That doesn't work. Damn it. But that's okay. We're just looking for the form to be similar. And so here you've got converging trend lines. And over here, we also have the same thing for wave 5, converging trend lines. And this will form an irregular or a truncated fifth, a double top almost. Be like an ugly double top. Bulkowski has an ugly double bottom pattern analysis, and he gives you a 5% variance on those lows, or the double bottom, ugly double bottom, 5% variance between the lows and the double bottom. So I'm thinking you flip it upside down. That makes perfect sense to me. I don't see why it should make any difference. Dixie Daily is in a large head and shoulder. It's playing perfectly. Let's look at Dixie, because it is due for retracement. It really is. And then I expect it to explode. What time frame are you talking about, Augustine? Like, let me know. I am curious, because I could probably see a head and shoulder top playing out on this time frame as well. This is a fun analysis because we had this massive price surge from like 89. Let's go out to the monthly max here. And let's talk about what's going on in a bigger degree. So these notations don't make any sense right now, just because minuet's super small. Those are old notations. Why am I doing this on this? Okay, so just ignore the wave degrees here. I need to seriously work on this count. Maybe I just do that right now. It takes a long time, but why not? So wave 1, A, B, and C here for wave 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 3, A, B, and C for 4. And yeah, the dollar is going through a wave 5, right? And so in this wave 5, we may have 5 waves, right? And so I need to figure out my wave degrees here at the smaller time frame, and then I'll work backwards on my way out. Because yes, the dollar will long-term fall, I think, but we are in a dollar bounce from hell. I'm going to just take a note here that I have minute waves A, B, and C coming down. This looks good. And minute wave C is going to be probably, let's see. Zoom it back out again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we could be in a 5th wave extension. Let me do wave 1 through here. Well, wave 3 extended. You can see it passes that 161.8% extension level. And then wave 5 is probably going to match wave 1 a little bit in time and amplitude. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. And we'll just spitball it. It's like, wow, yeah, wave 5 is definitely coming to an end probably. But what wave degree do I want to express this move on? This is probably A, B. Wave 5 is probably done. This is probably the top of wave 5 up here. So I want to go back into my daily time frame and say, hey, this is a minute wave C. So minute is too low though. Minute's way too low. A, B, C. Oh, because this dollar bounce from hell will give us B up to 107 probably once it ends, right? Market's going to rally while the dollar corrects currently. And then when the dollar makes its last ABC move up and finishes, it'll head lower, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Because remember, just nailed myself in the face with my mic. Rates are going to go up for a long time, and so the dollar strength is going to go up with that. So like, wow, we might be really bearish on dollar strength. Like, I don't know if that's totally wise, because that can be artificially pumped up. So just bear that in mind. I'm gonna get this next drink going. I got my grapefruit right there, and my tonic water down here. Just gonna pour myself another drink. It gets hot. It gets hot with the door closed, and my CPU my computer gets hot. It gets really hot. The GPU is like 70 degrees Celsius, something like that. Like my chassis is too small. My fans aren't strong enough. My PC gets hot. I'm sitting right next to it. So it gets toasty here. All right. So at any rate, I'm thinking to myself, A, B, and C. We're in that B wave. So this C is probably describing, well, if it is a motive wave heading down for A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Yeah, this is probably motive through here. I'll need to correct that. This will be B, C, or I'm right, A, B, C, A, B, C, and the dollar just actually goes down. But if we get a triangle off of this leading diagonal, it's just this leading diagonal triangle. It tells me that the dollar's got more room up. Where is this going to happen though? Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes, it gets even better because while I forecast the high in SPX to be mid-March, and also that AMC could reach its potential target at that same time, check it out. I've got this hypothetical triangle running in the dollar right now. And let me just see if I can speculate where the next touch point's going to be. 1, 2, 3. So probably over here-ish. 104.27. Something like that maybe could happen over a couple of days. So yeah, dollar drops for, maybe dollar bounces for a couple days and then drops hard. And that gets our rally going again. A, B, C, D. And then maybe we don't actually break out here for E. How long are these waves taking? So to cross the pattern here, we took 3 days. This one took 2 days. Let's say this one takes 3 days again. Okay, and then we get 2 days of rally. And then if it's not going to be 5, it's got to be like 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops. 8. And then yeah, we'll just go that far. But anyway, this triangle, it apexes like right at March 15th, right at mid-March. So I've got a triangle in the dollar forecasted that'll end mid-March, and I've got a high in SPX that'll make a high in mid-March. I've got a price target on AMC that peaks in mid-March. It's all pointing towards mid-March, which gives us 2 weeks of rally time in SPX. And you can see that through here, mid-March falls right here. And so what I expect to see is, this is insane. I can't believe that. I mean, I get that the analysis probably, like, I can't perfectly predict price action, right? But if so many of these things were to happen congruently, it would just make a lot of sense. And then maybe we actually get like a higher high before mid-March, and then the final high is truncated, and then we start heading down. Maybe it all happens within this resistance zone too. And then we start the bear market as price closes below 41.88, because that would invalidate the potential bullish motive wave count through here, and which, by the way, would be incredible if this count breaks down. Listen to this: if this count breaks down, then we're looking at waves 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Like, let me just put this down for you. If this count, bearish count, breaks down, then we're looking for like 45.95. Price will retrace, and then we'll go in for wave 5, and then we'll be looking for a double top still. That's the thing, is until we get a new high, like, really the market looks bearish, and the potential wave counts for a breakdown are far more convincing to me than these bullish ones. Right now, you just don't see the RSI indicating that we're making a strong motive wave higher, right? Like, if this was truly wave 1, then I think the RSI would be being overbought, and we'd be a lot stronger. Even here, you can see RSI moving into overbought, but like, check it out. It's just like it's just a V top, but neither did the RSI move into overbought very often. And here, when we topped, you can see RSI went into overbought, and then we had a bearish divergence as we found a high in the end of December, and the RSI was nowhere near 70 at that time. When you have these bullish motive waves, you're going to see these incredible moves into the plus 70 range of the RSI, like 82 here. And they tend to happen kind of like in pairs. And it's just the RSI right now, it's just like, it's telling me that we aren't going in for a sustainable trend higher. We might throw high. This throw over is going to push us super high, but we'll come right back out of it again, I think, like we did back here. So overall, looking pretty bearish. All right. Well, I'm ready to go play some GTA, give my voice a rest. If you've liked the stream, thank you. Hit like, and this has been a good time. If you'd like to see this more often, let me know. I'll be making daily update videos as usual, and, well, have a good day, everybody.